Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara, and whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for a great one today, because it is all about the Plume Collection by my friend Jamie, also known as Makeup on Your Radar, and her collab with Dede Signature. So if you want to hear about the collab and see 3 looks using all 4 palettes, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with those who feel the same way, definitely consider joining the community. You know I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I'm fantastic, and I am just so thrilled and happy about this collection. If you are not familiar with Makeup on Your Radar, she is the resource for all things new makeup, new fragrance, new beauty, and I am so proud that Dede Signature has recognized her to the point where they asked her to do a collab with them. And it makes my heart so happy. I met Jamie, not in person, but I met her online when I started my YouTube channel. It's just been a growing friendship ever since. I wasn't always doing the new makeup releases videos. I think I may have started that maybe 3 years in. I have to see when I first started, but I've always looked at her Instagram for what was happening in the makeup world. The other thing to know about Jamie is she's so persistent. Her page has been taken down from Instagram, I would say 4 times. This last time it happened, my heart just sank for her, because she had pretty much gained all of her following back. She was up to like 16K, and I think she was close to that or had surpassed it. And now she's slowly but surely growing her followers back, and she's just so persistent, and I love that. And she's so passionate about makeup and being a resource to all of us. So this collection was well deserved, and she was showing me some things, you know, throughout the creative process. And it also gave me a window into how much it really takes to put together a collection. It is not easy, and I know I won't say the anxiety that she had, but more of the desire to make sure that she was creating something that represented her, but something that she thought everyone would be able to wear and that she thought people would like. So as content creators have been popping their videos, she's like, oh my God, Kara, look. I mean, I think it's so wonderful and such a blessing to see something that you imagine come into fruition. And that's why I'm so happy to be able to do a video on this collection. So let's get into some of the details, and then we're gonna get into a few looks. And of course, I'll give you my final thoughts at the end. But this collection is the Plume Collection with Dede Signature. Dede Signature is an indie makeup brand. Jamie chose to create a collection based on the plumes of the peacock. I love how she's got palettes that have the realism of the peacock plumes, but then there's like some fantasy mixed in there as well. And I think overall it is a beautiful creation. The Plume Collection consists of 4 palettes, and I think this collection is going to be a dream for color lovers. We have the Extravagance palette, and hopefully you're going to start seeing some B-roll of the packaging and the swatches. We have Effervescence, which is a all shimmer palette. These shimmers can be used on their own. They could also be used as toppers for any of the shimmers or mattes, and you will see me use these as toppers and inner corner highlights. We have the Elegance palette, which is the one that really reminds me the most of the peacock. It's my favorite of the 4, and I actually love the shimmer that was chosen to go into this palette, because it's got a shift in there that has some green. It actually picks up some of that green that you see in the mattes, which I just think this is such a beautiful combination. And lastly, we have the Eloquence palette. What I like about this one is that it's got this really, really deep navy shade. I mean, it almost looks black, And that is a really nice deepening shade. I wasn't really sure how that was gonna work with the other colors in the palette, but you will see me use it in my look with this one. Now that you've seen the palettes and the swatches, let me tell you how much this collection costs. First of all, I love that Jamie really made an effort to make the prices reasonable because, you know, groceries, like the whole thing is real right now. So 3 out of 4 of the palettes are $18.99. Those are the Extravagance palette, the Elegance palette, and the Eloquence palette. And then the Effervescence palette, the one with all the toppers, that one's $25.99. And you can get the bundle of all 4 palettes for $78.99. And you can also use a code for 10% off, which is Radar 10. So I think that that's very reasonable considering how expensive indie makeup has gotten recently. Well, not even recently, it's been like that for a while. I think these prices are great. And the other thing that I like is that you don't have to get the whole collection if you don't want to. So if one palette speaks to you, you can get that, or 2, or however you want to do it. So I really like the pricing of this collection. There's a pre-order for this collection starting August 16th, but the official launch is going to be August 20th. I'm taking all of this information from Jamie's Instagram page, so I'm just going to copy it and paste it right into the description box in case you are interested in this collection. But for right now, let's go ahead and get into my 3 looks. I do want to let you know that something happened with my mic setting for looks 2 and 3. So I had to do a voiceover for those, but the looks are still really beautiful. I will be back with my final thoughts on this collection. All right, y'all, we are going to do a look with the Extravagance palette and probably a inner corner highlight maybe or something from Effervescence. When I did my live, the Extravagance palette was the only one I didn't use. So I want to start with that one today. Initially, I was going to do a green and blue look, but I know I'm going to want to do something like that with the other palette. All right, we're going to check out this red shade and see what we think about it. So this is one that it looks like it diffuses out really nicely, but you can build it up really nicely too, which is good. I'm going to also take that red shade on the lower lash line, on the outer corner. Actually, I think I'm going to go all the way under. Next, I'm going to go into the blue shade. I'm just going to stick it right here on the inner corner. All right, and next we're going to go into this shade right here. I'm just going to tap that on the middle. And I want to see what happens if we take one of these topper shades from Effervescence and stick it on top. I think I want to take this one. Let's see. This one. Let's do this one. That's this one here. I like that because it's bringing out a little of the blue. I really like that. It's pretty. And for the inner corner highlights, I'm going to go ahead and take the green on a pencil brush. Here is our first look. I will return with liner and mascara, and I'll let you know what I think about look number 1. All right, you guys, so here is the finished look. And to finish it off, I used my ColourPop liner in the shade Ventura. So it looks like that. And then I have my L'Oreal Panoramic Mascara. I just used it on the bottom. So that's the first look. I actually enjoy it. It reminds me, from right here, except for the green, it reminds me of Wonder Woman. So I really like it. So let me know your thoughts on the first look and let's get to the next one. Y'all, we're getting into the unfortunate voiceover segment because I don't even know what was going on. But we are now using the Elegance palette, which I really like the look I came up with for the live. So now we're going to get into another one. All right, I'm going to be starting with the two green shades. I'm going to start with the deeper green shade on the outer corner of both lids. And then I'm going to soften up the edges with the lighter green shade. Next, I'm going to go into that lighter blue shade, and I'm going to be putting it on the inner part of the eyelid. Now I'm going to take the shimmer from the palette, and I'm just going to place it on the middle part of the lid where the empty space is. Taking that lighter blue shade that I use for the inner corner, I'm taking that underneath the lower lash line. And I think I do go into the green on the outer corner of the lower lash line just to meet the green at the top. Lastly, I'm going to take one of the shades from the Effervescence palette, and I'm going to use that for an inner corner highlight. So that's me just trying to figure out which one I'm going to use. Here comes August with his shenanigans. I'm going to try to figure out a liner to use. I want to use that green one from ColourPop, which is called Aglow, but it's looking like a no because it's pretty much dried out. You can see it just a little bit, but it might be time for me to throw that one away, sadly, but it's very old. So now I'm going to try Camu from my girl Tasha, but if I remember correctly, this liner was not doing it either. So I decided to scrap the liner and go into the mascara. So here is the finished look. Oh, there goes Marky with my Pat McGrath shirt on for whatever reason, and he's in trouble and upset because he tried to do a Mortal Kombat move on me because of something that he didn't like. And I told him, that is not cool. You tried to finish me, and I'm trying to figure out what he thinks a reasonable time for him to not have his phone is, but you know how that goes. So let's get into the next look. And we have another unfortunate voiceover, and we are using the last palette, which is the Eloquence palette. August is probably telling you, make sure you hit that notification bell for every time we post. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. And he's just relaxing, living a rent-free life. So we're taking the light purple shade as the transition in this one. And it's very, very pigmented, very buildable, which is the case with all the shades. All the mattes are great. So just going to go ahead and blend that one out. Next, I'm going to go into that fuchsia shade, and I'm going to just place that on the inner part of the lid, which is how I seem to be doing all my eye looks these days. And now we need a shimmer. So I'm going to go ahead and take that blue shimmer and tap it on the middle part of the lid. I actually like this combo here a lot. Going into that light blue, I'm going to be using that for my under eye. And now I'm going to take some of that purple shade in just a second. And I'm only going to be putting that on the outer corner just to meet the purple that's at the top. And just for kicks, I'm gonna take that really deep navy shade and place it on the outer corner just to create some depth and just look at the pigment of that shade and see how it performs. But I don't think that look really needed to have that. But if you wanted to smoke it out, you have that shade in the palette. Once again, choosing a shade from the Effervescence palette for the inner corner highlight. I'm gonna go ahead and get that on there. All right, and now you're seeing the finished look. I just used the rich brown liner from Melt Cosmetics and I think it's L'Oreal Panoramic Mascara. So now I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on this collection. All right, you guys, I'm back to sum up and just give you my final thoughts on the Plume collection. I think that Jamie did a really wonderful job picking out the shades. She created some very interesting color stories and inspiring color stories. Some of the color stories, I would say, especially in the Extravagance palette, I really wasn't sure what to do with that palette. It really challenged my creativity, and I do enjoy that. I think the look that I came up with for that, I called it a Wonder Woman look. I really liked it. I loved how I was able to use that topper shade with it and how it just kind of changed the way that that look was going. The Elegance palette, as I said in the beginning, is my favorite out of the entire collection. I feel like that one really embodies the peacock and the plumes. And again, I really love the shimmer. The Eloquence palette is also beautiful. Every time I look at it, I think about like a berry, I don't know, it gives me like a berry vibe for whatever reason. But I really love how that blue shimmer worked with the purple in that one. That shimmer is so icy and so pretty. So I had a great time. I haven't been playing too much in color lately, so that just gave me a chance to really be creative and do something super fun. The Effervescence palette, I think, is a great complement to all three palettes. And, you know, you could use this with your neutral mattes. You know, you can just say, oh, I want to pop of something. And that would be great for a lid shade. It'd be great for inner corner highlight or just a little pop of something special. And I do like that it's 4 palettes and not one big one, because I would have been so intimidated. But I love these smaller, well thought out color stories where, you know, you're really focused in on just a few shades, 5 shades to be exact. Those are the types of palettes I've been gravitating towards lately. Now, as far as the eyeshadow performance, I had no issues with any of the shadows. I think that the mattes were very blendable and very buildable. So if you are someone that wants something a little more muted, you can just go really light with the shades. But if you want something that really stands out and really pops out, you can build those colors up. And I think the buildability of those mattes make these shadows great for every skin tone. I don't think anybody that's interested in this collection is gonna have to ask themselves, how is this gonna show up on me? Oh, it's going to show up. So some of us may have to scale back, you know, and have a lighter hand. So I love that she took that into account. I love the pricing, and I just love that Dede Signature, you know, recognize Jamie and all of the hard work that she's done. And I know, like, Jamie doesn't post pictures of the makeup looks that she does, but I've seen the makeup looks that she does, and she loves like vibrant, colorful makeup. She does some amazing looks. And Jamie, maybe you should post some of your looks here and there, because I think people would really, really love them. I mean, it just gives you a window. This collection gives you a window into her personality and the type of makeup that she likes. This was really fun for me, seeing it or hearing about it as an idea, and then seeing it really happen and really be out there for all of us to enjoy. Even if you don't purchase it, just to enjoy it from afar, you know, seeing someone's dream realized, I think is really cool. So congratulations, Jamie, and thank you to Dede Signature. Thank you, Jamie and Dede Signature, for sending me this collection. I hope you all enjoyed the looks, and let me know if you're planning on purchasing anything from this collection. I would love to know. Again, I'll have all the launch information down down in the description box if you're interested. And I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and you know I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.